Steve, my head's on vacation.
Why is your head on vacation, Sven?
Tomorrow is the last day, and then there's 4 weeks off. My head has gone in advance.
Oh, I'm so jealous. The way that you do things in the high north is glorious.
Yes.
But that's for another day. Here's the thing, though. In your sessions, you know that happens too, right? You know, when you start the session and someone's head, they're on vacation.
Yes.
And maybe in the old world, it's easier to see that. Online, though, it's still a thing, kind of bringing people together. Sometimes facilitators describe this as the check-in. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it makes sense. It rings the bell. We do this. So we do these exercises exactly to bring people in the room or in front of the screen to be present, to start turning the heads towards what's going to happen. For instance, digitally, I might ask people to write in the chat, why are you looking forward to this session? Then they have to start figuring out. And of course, that is angled, so you have to give it a positive ring to it.
That could be potentially slightly sneaky.
Oh, yeah.
But that kind of like bringing them into the positive thing. But I suppose positive thinking is useful. Do you ever get people who answer that question particularly honestly, Sven?
Oh, yes. It's a couple of years ago, I remember it particularly well because I asked the participants, why are you here? And there was one person raising the hand and said, yes, please tell us, why are you here? I'm here for the salary. And it was...
But that's true, right? That's deeply true. And I presume, Sven, so were you?
Of course, aren't we all? But usually people would go about saying something about some radius, why you are here, because I want to make the world better or something like that. But the salary, of course, it's there. But then you can go on work with, well, there's probably some more stuff to why you're here, because salary you could get somewhere else as well. But it was refreshing. It was honest.
I think it's important to deal with the truth, you know, that actually we are there for the salary. But it's probably also the case that people are there because there's something that they care about or something that's important to them that links them to it.
Do you have any examples of things you do to bring people present?
I mean, I often have something which is adjacent to the topic we're talking about, but that isn't quite there. So I might, if we're talking about facilitating training around process mapping, for example, I might ask people where they live. Where do you live? How do you get from here to there? How would I get to your house from where you are? And go around asking a question that links to the agenda topic, but isn't quite there. Because is that also that space where people are joining?
Yep.
And people might be arriving a little bit late and they're still kind of clocking into the meeting. For me, there's a corollary to the check-in, which is the check-out, which I think is equally important, if not more so, to allow that time at the end to say, what are you going to take away from this? What are you going to do? To help me with that, I sometimes use a digital space like a PowerPoint slide, or you could do it in Miro or Mural or whatever, with a key question. And it might be, what's the one thing I want to remember from today? Or what's the action I could take? And that kind of writing something down in a physical space in front of the rest of the group lets people see what's going on. And I think that's quite helpful. In the old world, I would do it with Post-it notes, but yeah.
And in that way, you also round off the session by allowing people to take something with them, but also leave the session.
And if you're really clever, you link that checkout back to the check-in and you go off to have a beautiful holiday, Sonari.
Thank you, Steve.